Okay, so where does this all fit in modern societies or modernity? And here it's a bit of an easier explanation. Okay, so basically, while traditional societies would give everyone the rules, define roles, in post traditional societies, we have to work it out for ourselves. Now, you can see that as something that's liberating or something that's a bit more difficult. It's entirely up to you and what your view is. At the moment, we've got so much choice, so many routes we can take and decisions and identities that we can choose from. It can be quite overwhelming, and Giddens sums it up quite well, actually, saying, what to do, how to act, who to be. That is the circumstance that we are living in modernity, late modernity, in this time. And we've got to figure that out through day-to-day social behaviour, through our micro activity, and then think about where we sit on the macro level. Where do we sit on the bigger picture? And that's quite overwhelming to think about all the time. And he's got these, the idea of who am I, my identity, the self. How is that influenced by things like capitalist corporations? So, your 20th Century Fox, your Sky, your McDonald's, your Topshop, globalization. We're all part of one global culture. We've got global understanding. Have we lost sort of like mini societies, people cling to traditions in smaller groups in the wake of the fear of losing, themselves and their small core identity to the bigger global picture. So this is the idea. This is why they're investigating it, because it's a big question that we need to answer for ourselves. So the features of this society, okay, this late modernity. The self is not something we're born with, and it's not fixed. So you're not born being who you are straight away. And again, you can see that as that's fantastic, I've got loads of options, or that is absolutely scary and I need someone to tell me who I am and what I'm doing. So if you think about all those media products, especially for girls, Bliss, Sugar, the magazines that start with those, think of the quizzes, the drop down quizzes, the flow diagrams. Do you like red? Yes, right, okay, all this says something about you. And then, is your hair curly? Do you like straighteners? It's that search for who we are that gives media the breadth and the scope of being able to produce such a wide range of media products to appeal to all these different people who are trying and struggling to find their identity. And he's saying that your identity is thoughtfully constructed. Okay, so that goes back to being to reflexives. If you're reflexive, you're self-aware, you're reflective, you think about things, you're not just a blind sheep following the crowd, okay? And you choose a lifestyle. All right, this is essential to him. It's all about choice, okay? So Fisk, again, it's choice, it's audience choice. And then your relationships, everything's negotiation. Go back to Stuart Hall, negotiated reading, okay? Using media text for your own pleasures, use, and gratifications. And we like pure relationships, and we want to be equal, okay? So again, what impact does this whole idea of the loss of traditional gender roles, what impact does that have on our relationships with our partners, with our parents, with our siblings, with our friends? Again, the loss of that traditional idea can either be very frightening or it can be very, very liberating. Knowledge, again, everything's changing, okay? So these theories, they may be redundant in 10 years' time, they may be redundant now. And that's also the frightening thing. There is no right answer. There is no right or wrong answer. There's just discussion to be had. And that's something that I want you to really take away from doing this. All the things that you're reading, all the things that you've learned so far, it's all up for discussion, and that's okay. Don't feel like, oh my God, I have to make a decision about something, because you don't. All right, I just want you to get involved in the discussion. And then going back to this idea, humans, they just want to trust in everyday life and relationships. Otherwise, you'd be depressed the whole time. You have to believe that there is love in the world. You have to believe that there is positivity. Otherwise, you might as well just sit in your house and lock the door and never go out again. So think about in terms of media, how it offers those happy endings, either whether through Disney or, buy this makeup and then you'll have beautiful lashes and a face, that someone will fall in love with you, etc., etc., etc. And then, in this current society, we accept risks, okay? We anticipate outcomes, and then the media adds to our awareness of these risks, whether positive or negative. So remember we talked about in advertising threats and opportunities. So the advertising is threat, 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 buy, because this is the opportunity that you'll get by purchasing this product. So the media knows that we're anticipating, we're going, okay, right, I know I've got to get an education, I know I've got to get a life together. What does that life look like? And the media, rightly or wrongly, will present you with a life and a lifestyle to choose from. And all of that thought about who you are and your identity goes into that.